Y'all like warmed up now?
I'm all limbered up now.
Yeah,
Ready.
I did some push-ups over in the corner.
Ready for
right
action.
this.
Okay. This, Chris, it's not quite hair of the dog, but it's not quite not that. So
do you need hair of the dog?
I had a few more than I should have had last night. Anyway,
what did you have?
Wine. We were yeah. Hey everybody, this is Matt. We're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for tuning in to our hour of power that is right in between the good people at Flipside Music, the great American guitar store, and Dylan McCurchie from Dylan Pickups and his lovely wife Leslie. Dylan talks tone, Dylan Pickups, etc., etc. You've already watched Ike, so Ike had some good news. I'm sure Dylan has good news too, but I don't know what it is yet. But we'll find that out later tonight. But did you guys know that for as long as we've been talking about how Ike will be moving to what I've been calling the destination store for over a year now. Mm-hmm. There was the Legacy Shop and the destination store. Yep. And it's finally happening. I think they're moving on Sunday, and they're actually looking for help too. If you guys are in the Denver area and you know where the Legacy Shop is, and you want to help move him over to what will be most assuredly the destination shop. Chris, do you have any idea why I call it those things?
No.
Well, for one reason, because I think that legacy is a cool way to describe something that you've kind of built your reputation on.
Haven't you been trying to talk Chris and Dina at Odyssey into calling some of their beers legacy beers?
No. Okay. No, I haven't. But I have been calling. No.
What were they? The flagships?
That's what they call them, and that they have their own name. Look, anyway, the point of the matter is that the Legacy store is kind of where I made his bones. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. But the destination shop, I'm calling it the destination shop because it's so much bigger, and it's really neat to see what is essentially a independent music shop move into a bigger location, mm-hmm. because it usually works the other way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so let's take a quick super chat from Brian Duncan, who says, beers for Ike and Dylan. Oh, thank you so much, Brian. I think Brian Duncan's going to be helping out Ike move. I heard something about that. Good. I'm not sure what his plan is, but yeah.
Any truth to the rumor that the destination store is just going to be mostly T-shirts? They're going to lead you through the gift shop. Mm. Before you actually enter the guitar store.
Well, now I'm curious.
Like OCC.
I'm curious. Where did you hear that rumor?
I just made it up.
Okay, well then I don't know how accurate it is. So no, I have no idea because I've only been to what I've been calling the destination shop one time.
Right, and that was quite
maybe twice. It was like when he first closed on the paperwork. I went over there. Yeah. So,
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Have you ever been there inside?
No, we've driven by, but I've never seen it. Yeah. And he's been talking about it. Well, I mean, I remember this time last year, mm-hmm. actually earlier than this, we were planning on doing the Great American Guitar.
That's right.
Challenge there. And he's like, oh yeah, it's not going to be a problem. Yeah, totally going to be
totally going to be done by then.
Yeah, that'll be a piece of cake. And then, of course,
things happen,
and things just kept happening.
Yeah,
and it was quite the bummer for a long time.
But in any event, Ike is back up and running, and the destination shop will be, I think, open for business Monday morning. I think.
Cool.
Now, so I want you guys to, go over to Flipside Music, the Great American Guitar Store. There's a link in the description below. Buy something so Ike didn't have to move it. Although at this point, if you buy it, he either has to ship it before he moves it or remove it and then immediately ship it. Go to the shop and buy something and take it out of the shop so he doesn't have to move it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge scratch and dent sale first weekend after they move.
Maybe. Brian says that we both need to come and help on Sunday. Brian, we may very well. Uh-huh. So anyway, but we've got a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight, Chris. But I think that, you know what, I always like to start on a piece of good news like that. That's a good thing, right?
Yep.
So let's do the thing where let's do the thing where I ask you, how are you today and what have you been up to?
Okay. I'm good, Matt. Thanks for asking.
Mhm.
What have I been working on? We did a bunch of sealing today.
You and I have been kind of doing a lot of paint work.
Yeah, a
all
lot of
week.
paint work all week. And we've worked on our $400 builds a little bit.
That's a good segue into what I wanted to also talk about. Let's talk a little bit about tomorrow's reveal.
We're going to show off our $400 guitars.
It's kind of a pre-reveal.
Pre-reveal, yeah, because they're not done.
No.
Don't worry.
Yeah. But the takeaway from this though is if
Not
yours
even
isn't
close.
done either, don't worry.
Don't
Ours
worry.
aren't done.
Nope.
So but they will be done by the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It took us a long time. I mean, we didn't know this was coming.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I started mine last week.
Yeah. Doug Santaniello says that the Walnut Challenger, aka the Allnut Challenger, is the best guitar he's ever played, even though I own the Speedo and the Marauder. Well, that's very nice of you to say, Doug, and I'm glad you love that guitar because that thing is really, really super cool, man. Yep. I love that guitar.
It's got Dylan pickups in it.
It's got everything.
It's got walnut. Yeah.
It's all hollowed out. It's got it's really classy.
It's the latest version of our flagship guitar.
That's right. Okay. So let's see. $400 guitar building challenge. We want to talk a little bit about that tonight. Is that what the video is called? What is
there was something about craptastic strats.
Oh yeah. Okay. That reminds me. I want to give you guys a quick peek, a very, very quick peek. I'm not going to answer any questions about it, but I will show you what I have done since the last video where we took apart the craptastic fake Strat and I showed you guys what was inside. And it was the introductory video, the one complimentary video for what I'm calling now the online workshop. And it's sort of the ultimate Strat workshop where we take a very, very literally a piece of garbage and we salvage it because it was in the garbage.
It was in the garbage.
So So it's a Strat that was in the garbage. We took everything that was good off of it and we are going to replace everything that was not good. And I want to show you where we are now. And the latest video for those of you who've signed up for the workshop is, when is that coming out? Saturday or Sunday? Okay. Oh, no, it's ready to go, right? No. Well, yeah, the one that we just filmed on Monday. Okay. So it's coming out this weekend. Oh, did you get the stuff I sent? Okay. Okay. So I think we will be posting for those of you who've bought the workshop, we'll be posting the video and we'll walk you through, the video tells you everything and the PDF that goes along with it, which is the written instruction. And really it's just musings from Matt. It's me saying a bunch of fun stuff. You want that. So anyway, let me show you where we are right now. We took everything that was good.
Everything that's left.
This was everything that was good. And we started replacing things that weren't good.
Mm-hmm. And the rest of the guitar is in the trash. I just saw it.
Yep.
I went and emptied trash.
Yep. So for those of you who have purchased the workshop, I'm going to show you how I did this, and more importantly, I'm going to tell you why I did this. And then in the subsequent videos, we'll start to do more woodwork. I'm going out of my way to do this with tools that you can buy at the home center. So if you know what I mean. Now I'm cheating a little bit because I did use the joiner, but the joiner that I used came from Home Depot. So okay, I mean there's
lots of different ways to join wood.
Join wood, surface and size lumber. So anyway, this is still very light. Have you felt this? It's very, very light, even though it has a new piece of alder in it. So
this is Polonia.
Yes, with the alder center.
Alder center block. Are you concerned that you're going to change the tone, the timbre of this instrument by adding alder? Because I don't. Well,
remember when I said I wasn't
gonna
answer any questions?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
So This will be a fabric top guitar when it's all said and done,
which is a good way to hide seams.
Yep. So anyway, that will be a cool thing. All right. So anyway, so thank you to everybody who signed up for the workshop. And if you haven't signed up, you still can. You can sign up. Well, pretty much ever, whenever you want.
Whenever you want.
Okay. All right, Chris. So Craptastic Strats, and it's one of the most the Craptastic or fake Strat is one of the most prolific guitars in the world today.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's the number one most copied guitar.
Yeah.
You would think it would be the Telecaster, but I think it's the Stratocaster.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I know it is. Yeah.
Did you ever watch the editor's cut of Spinal Tap?
Yeah.
And at one point, Nigel Tufnell talks about how that was his fake Strat was actually, that was the brand name, fake Strat. It was really terrible. But I like taking stuff that isn't good and making it better, even if it's dumb to do.
Even if there's
no reason
to do it.
Yeah,
that's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My favorite part of all of this is that you paid $5 for this guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Probably overpaid.
There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get it for free.
We should have gotten it.
Yeah. It's worth something.
Yeah. So
it's really not. It's worth what you paid for it there.
Yeah.
Gary. Which is
So
nothing. You found it outside the dumpster.
You found it you came over here to yell at us for putting stuff in your dumpster. Yeah. All right. So let's move on to something that I'm gonna paraphrase Martin Scorsese here, Chris. Chris, do you know what I did yesterday? I mean, you don't know what I did yesterday, but do you know what I did yesterday?
No.
I put a poll up on our YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
And I asked the following. Let me read for you guys and I want to tell you guys what the results of the poll were. And I think that you guys would be interested because it's good information. It's good information for me. I think you will say it's good information for you, and I think you guys would. Let's see if you agree. So the topic was, hey everyone, let's try out this YouTube feature. If our series of online workshops become successful, what would you like to see in the future and why? We can talk about it in tomorrow's live stream. That's right now. And I apologize in advance if I don't put the opinion that you want to see. You can tell me about it in the comment section. Because you know what happens? Every time you put something, somebody goes, well, I wouldn't choose any of those things. Well, just tell me what you want. You know what I mean? You don't have to browbeat me over this stuff. So, yeah. So the options that I listed, and these were I just started plucking stuff out of thin air.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's not like these are the only ones. These were just some sample ideas.
Okay.
One of them was build a classic Telecaster. 21% of the people who voted for that one. Fretting masterclass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what that is. 22% of the people who voted voted for
fretting
that one.
master?
Yes, I do. Guitar finishing. Overwhelmingly, 40% of you guys asked for that. And there was lots and lots of votes. Acoustic side bending, 8% of the people asked for that. Something else, 9% of the people asked for that. No, but they went on to say what they, yeah.
So 9% wanted, something other than
what? Well, and again,
side bending.
No, or classic telly or whatever. Lazy Boy Writer, I just look, says, hey Matt, I will sign up for a workshop when you start from scratch. Not interested in a craptastic. The nice thing about that, I got to tell you on this one, I totally get that. And someone said I was going to sign up, but it's so different from what I am interested in.
Mm-hmm.
I submit to you that all of the stuff that I'm doing on this could also be done on something on the most expensive guitar in the world. Because quite frankly, Chris, we've done what I'm going to do with this guitar to plywood Strats. And we did it to an Yngwie Malmsteen signature series Strat. Mm-hmm. The guy sent us an Yngwie Malmsteen, like a brand new one. Mm-hmm. The whole shooting match, and said, do a fabric top to it.
And neck.
And the whole everything.
Yep.
So now if you're not into the fabric top deal, no sweat. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or if you're not into bolt-on necks, no sweat. Mm-hmm. But this project that we're doing here is could be done to a piece of junk,
Mm-hmm.
which you will not believe what this looks like when I'm done with it. Or it could be done with, you could say go to, I don't know, insert name of who's one of the more expensive like neck and body outfits out there now. USA Customs.
They're not around anymore.
Oh, they're not? Okay.
No, it's something else now.
Well, like,
I don't know, Guitar Mill or
okay.
Yeah.
So you could go there and spend a lot of money on something and have a really nice one, and you could do exactly the same stuff. But the first couple things I'm doing, the first couple episodes are going to be me kind of fixing this body. I'm going to be doing routing and stuff to it with the hand router. So that'd be a fun thing.
I'd like to think that there will be something for almost everybody in this series eventually.
Well, like for example, we're going to be pressing in frets on the neck. We're going to be cutting a nut. We're going to be doing assembly. We're going to be doing paint work. We're going to,
really, I mean, other than a couple of wings from that original guitar.
Yep.
It's a lot like starting a brand new guitar.
Yeah.
And the only reason I think you didn't start with just, well, here's the body, clunk, in the wood scrap is because you had to start with something.
And it was a fun thing to say I was going to do.
Yeah. And I mean, you could have kept the output jack and scrapped the rest of the guitar.
Yeah, the nut that the jack was on. Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. But
the pick guard screws are good to go.
Screws, strap buttons. Yeah.
Yep.
I've started with less.
Yep.
And so I mean it's a little bit ludicrous at first, but as it progresses, it'll get more and more into the traditional kind of stuff that people out there will do.
Yeah.
So you're not interested in cutting up
and I totally
$5 guitar.
I totally get it.
But after you might be interested in routing. You might be interested in finish.
In the PDF like blog kind of thing that I'm writing to go along with this. I even say that I'm like, look, this is a silly thing to do. Don't do this. Yeah. But anyway.
But okay, I've seen lots of videos of stuff similar to this, not necessarily gluing a center block in, but retopping things, rebacking things, and fabric topping, and all of that fun stuff.
So let's read some of the comments here.
Okay,
from the people who voted in the poll. Peter Davenport 5882 writes, from my personal point of view, any education or guidance on finishing would be of great value. Though I'm open to learning anything, I feel finishing can be one of the biggest stumbling blocks in guitar repair or building, especially when the F-up fairy comes along.
I would agree.
And she does quite often. Then it becomes a big problem. Thing is, I don't have any spray facilities, so I'd end up trying all different methods and still have issues. Maybe Chris can show us some different finishing, spraying techniques and methods for the novice, maybe with cans too. Thanks. Love you guys. Thank you, Peter. That's a very nice thing to say. And thank you for participating in the poll. The finishing one, it absolutely seems to be the one that everyone is interested in.
I think that's a sticking point for everybody.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. And just when you think you got a handle on it, you don't.
Well, it comes along to bite you.
Something else, raises its head.
Yeah.
And
Mike Turner 1768 writes, love watching anything to do with paint/lacquer. Telecasters are boring and fretting has been done to death. Chris is a master in the booth and should have more time to teach us about it all. Cheers, Mike. That's nice, Mike. The thing is, what do you think people would do if I taught the finishing workshop? Do you think they would feel like they were getting a raw deal?
Well, I don't think they would think that, but you probably think they would think that.
Do you think that based upon
we can both spray paint?
So. Okay, well, I don't want to put you in a position where you're having to do this workshop and
the thing with painting, at least for me, is you just kind of have to go out and do it.
Yeah.
And pick a little bit of information that you can get and just boldly go for it.
Boldly ride.
Yeah. Whether it's spray cans or, whatever it is. And don't be scared of it. Just do it. And if you screw it up, sand it off and do it again.
Or if you use modern paint, don't even sand it off. You can just wipe it off with,
in between. Depending on what you're doing. But it's funny because we've taught a bunch of classes and had guys in classes and had guys in multiple paint classes, and they still hit me up with questions.
Sure.
And it's like, well, do you remember how we did this? Yeah.
I mean, you and I both know though that after,
but it's because, and I know they do remember.
Okay.
It's just they're unsure. They're like,
okay.
I think this is how we did it. Is that how we did it? Yes, that's how we did it. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Figure out what works for you, because just because it works for me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you on your stuff in your environment.
Yep.
All of that kind of stuff.
Let me ask you this: how big of a deal is that? Like, if you went to Doug Santaniello's shop in Florida and used his gear, you wouldn't have any trouble doing it? I mean,
no, but there's probably a slightly different schedule. Yeah, I mean, dry times in between stuff is going to be different because it's way humid.
Okay.
Humider.
Way more humiditor.
Yeah, it's a different environment. But yeah, and just gotta just keep working at it and practicing at it and doing it, and prep is king.
That's really the deal. Yeah.
Yeah, and in class, that's the guys that pay attention to that stuff end up with something really great. And that's the biggest part of all of this. All
right, let's see what else we have. Let's see what other comments we have in the poll. Dan Andreas says, I voted for the acoustic, but I enjoy anything you're willing to show us. Cheers from Canada. Thank you, Dan. We will be seeing Dan in just a few months.
That's cool. We're going to see a bunch of people that we've never met.
That's yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. At Sysfortis 1296 writes, if building a telly and finishing a guitar remains a tie, perhaps you should do one on building and finishing a telly, perhaps in butterscotch. That's a fairly specific one. We had another guy said, what I'd really like to see is a Les Paul Jr. double cut with P90s and with a sunburst. And I'm hold on. Yeah, we might have to. Yeah. Zach writes, hey guys, start to finish setup tutorial with detailed nut filing techniques, order in which adjustments should be made, relief adjustments, etc. Zach, that's actually going to be covered in the video series that we're working on now. The that I'm affectionately calling the Craptastic Strat video. That's not what we're calling it on the website. But you will be able to buy some of the episodes individually, because if you can imagine this, there's really no reason for me to continue to make nut slotting videos. You know what I mean? So we'll do one for this, and then you can buy that one and a setup. There's no reason for me to do a bunch of setup videos when I can do one, and then you can get that one. It's the same no matter what. You know what I mean? So let's take a super chat from Brad Guitar Miller, who writes, good evening, you cool dudes. He's talking to you. Yeah, he's talking to me. He says, good evening, you cool dudes. Then he goes on to say, Chris.
Yes.
He says, good evening, cool dudes. Oh, hey, Chris, by the way, to say it's more humid here in Florida is an understatement.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's we live in the desert.
How do we overstate it? Yeah.
Even though we get snow, it's still it's the high desert.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep. I want to talk about the StewMac tool of the day, and Van Shank Guitars is kind of speeding towards the finish line on that. He says that the StewMac guys are awesome. Today they had a deal the other day wherein you spend $100 and they give you a free set of soft jawed pliers. I did see it. I should have gotten those. I stopped adding stuff at the $100. They still gave him the pliers. So that's super cool. I hope that when you guys are buying stuff from StewMac, you are using the link, our affiliate link to StewMac. It doesn't cost you any more, and you get all the same great stuff. Did you know, Chris, that if you are a member of the Stuart McDonald StewMax Club, which is like the free shipping for a year club, which we've been members of that like ever since they came out with it. You can't not totally have worth it. And you use our affiliate link, you still get all that stuff. So, like, for example, if you're signed up, if you're a StewMax member and there's like a 10% off sale on, say, I don't know, fret pullers, you still get the 10% off. You still get the free shipping, but we get, if you use our affiliate link, we get a little credit for that.
Sure.
Because we're a bigger group than I think people understand. You know what I mean? You and I and all of you watching are big enough that someone from Stuart McDonald said, "Hey, I want you guys to be have this affiliate link." And it's not just because, I'm so handsome. I mean, that's part of it, but it also has to do with, the reach that we all have, and that kind of fraternal organization that is very, very loosely gelled together through doing these workshops that we do. And you guys have made lifelong friends because of this. And Stu Mac recognizes that. So, I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Yep, I would.
Do you want to care to elaborate on that?
Nope, I don't.
Anybody at home you want to say hi to?
Nope.
All right. We've got a couple more things to read off here. Fat Philosopher writes, build a Telecaster because I feel it's the only one I could possibly succeed at. Now, we're not going to let you do anything but succeed, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Sean Joint, 2605 writes, I want to see it all. However, I'm in a spot right now where I need to work on my finish. You remember Sean Joint?
I do.
Right?
Yeah. So apparently, YouTube has added all these numbers to everybody's handle.
Oh, that wasn't
arbitrarily. No, everybody's got one now
Oh.
because I'm now Texas Toast Chris 1297 or some bullshit like that, and it's a
I
way
wonder what
to
I am.
decipher. I don't know. They're trying to get people to start using those in, I think, Google applications.
Okay.
Yeah, as a way to I think there's probably more than one Texas Toast Chris in the world.
There's how much? What is your number?
1297.
So there's at least
197.
there's almost 1,300 of them at least.
97 more. I don't know, but anyway. So those numbers at the end all of a sudden showed up.
Okay.
Yeah, they did that to us.
I did not know that.
So
Okay.
I still just go by Texas Toast Chris on there,
Okay.
even though that's how I self-identify
You
on
do.
the YouTube.
You do what you want.
I don't dig the prison number at the end.
Yeah, that's kind of that is
Yeah, I don't need that.
Daryl Hazelwood writes, aside from the finishing, the most difficult time I have is figuring out the proper neck pocket depth and angle. Handshaking with the guitar body's neck angle to work with a tune-o-matic bridge. Well, Daryl, we've talked about that and we've done some videos on it, but we could certainly do more.
Yeah.
It's you gotta have the same bridge that you have, and tune-o-matics do kind of like your neck angle could be way more than even I have said it can be.
Yeah, well, and so there's a couple different ways to approach that.
Uh-huh.
One is like a standard kind of Fender flat neck pocket, flat neck with the neck just raised way out of the body, and everything's flat and that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
I mean, there's famous brands that are like that.
Yep.
But speaking of, but the more elegant way is to angle the neck and lower the neck so that it looks better. It's an aesthetic thing,
sure,
right? To get your height then, and really drawing it out is the way to do it. Draw out a side view.
Yeah.
Like
if you did an MRI of your guitar, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Okay, my bridge is this high, my body's this long. Here's the neck. What kind of angle do I need for that?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And remember that you have height adjustment.
You do have some height adjustment on the bridge. Yep, and you can also, hopefully, start high and go low. That's an easy way to do it. The start low and add more material.
And go lower is tricky.
Yeah, go lower until it totally doesn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's But I think drawing out a lot of stuff and really drawing it out and staring at it for a while and going, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let this sit for a minute and ruminate over it. Maybe go get a soda and then don't force it.
What if Daryl lives? He doesn't. But what if Daryl lives somewhere in the Midwest? That, you know what they call it there?
Pop.
They call it pop.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
We used to call it pop.
Pop.
Yeah. You want a pop?
Yeah. In Texas, you would go get a Coke.
Everything was a Coke.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a root beer or
grape
orange.
Coke.
Yeah, grape Coke. Okay.
What do you want? Grape.
All right. So speaking of Stuart McDonald and our affiliate link, and speaking of Tune-O-Matic bridges, let's talk about the StuMac tool of the day, Chris.
Tool of the day.
So the tool of the day link,
It's 2 tools.
it's actually more than that. It's all of the StuMac tool of the day, or the StuMac tool of the day is all of their things that are specific tools to work with Tune-O-Matic bridges. So you want to show what we've got here, Chris? And follow the link in the description, guys, and you can get these dudes. And yeah. So what do you have there?
So the first one is a driver that has the big slot for stop tail bridges or wraparound bridges.
Mhm.
I like it for the wraparound.
Yeah.
The other one, it's not as big a deal, but this works really, really well. And it instead of using a big giant
Because that's what someone's thinking. That's overpriced. I'll just get the big screwdriver.
Yeah, you get the big screwdriver, and that's fine.
You
But
do that.
Sometimes they're kind of tight, and you start wrenching on it. And the nice thing about this one is it's got the outside piece on it, so it sits perfectly.
The stud fits inside that.
Stud fits inside this, and you don't end up galling the slot.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right way to say that?
And you also don't
wanna gall
slip
your
off
slot,
the thing and end up giping your finish.
Your finish, gouging your guitar. Yeah. And it makes it, so you put it on and it's super secure, and then you can adjust.
And so for everyone who tells you don't need that,
Plus,
just get a big screwdriver.
Yeah.
I can tell you something about that person. They've never used this tool.
And most people don't have a big enough screwdriver. It's a big screwdriver.
Big.
It's not your dad's wooden handle. Bullshit screwdriver that he put every screw in since the dawn of time.
That sounds like you might know that guy.
Yeah, I might still have that screwdriver. Yeah, but even well,
and a regular screwdriver too comes to a point.
It does,
and it's got
too sharp, and if it's at all hard to turn, you end up it's real easy to gall to mar the slot, and you end up with little screwdriver holes or screwdriver marks. And this, because it's side to side, it's end to end, it doesn't do that.
All right, what else
how hard you try.
What else you got on the StuMac tool of the day for the Tune-O-Matic?
So this is
way more detailed.
Yeah, this one is for installing is it the Nashville style bridge?
Yes.
I think it is, where the stud for the bridge actually installs into the wood. You don't have a stud or a bushing. It's the threaded rod, and then your little adjusting wheel, and then the bridge. That's it. So that's what this does, and it came with drill bits that fits the
popular sizes,
the American and the metric. Version, and then it comes with these, another American. There's a metric 4 here, and then there's a 6/32 threaded piece, and you thread the stud in and the adjusting wheel into this, and then you plop it in the pliers, the handle,
the chubby
stubby, and then you thread it in.
Which is way easier than the way you and I used to do it back in the old days, which was
a double nut,
and then try and twist it, and
I would also suggest buying the appropriate tap.
Good idea
for this,
and it says what it is: 6/32 and 4.
4, and I think StuMac probably sells those, but we already had those. So, but anyway, Nick makes it really nice and handy and
cool.
Clean and easy.
So that's the
stuff like this, stuff like this can make or break a project.
Oh, easy, right?
And trying to put something in with 2 double nuts and a crescent wrench
and your dad's old screwdriver.
Yeah. All of a sudden your project looks or it gets dinged or something bad happens to it. This is the right way to do it, or the easy way to do it.
Do yourself a favor. You can stand on your head and screws in, or you can do it the easy way. Do it the easy way. Okay, so StuMac tool of the day. Go check them out and get you some of that stuff.
And
yeah,
never actually used this. Going to use it next
Mm.
week.
Mm-hmm.
Because we usually use ones with bushings
It is-
and threaded.
It is very
collets and
rare
stuff
that
like
we use the Nashville Tune-O-Matic. We
yeah.
use the other style with the
Uh-huh.
press in.
Because previously we didn't have this tool.
Yeah.
The last time
Well,
we did it was double nuts and a crescent
I
wrench.
remembered that we had this,
Uh-huh.
but I totally spaced
Totally
out that I
spaced
bought
out.
this.
Yeah, you bought that at the same time you bought that, but
Yeah.
we just haven't had opportunity to use this
Yeah.
until now because of our projects that we're doing.
Okay. So speaking of projects that we're doing, Chris, let's talk about the $400 guitar building contest. It's right around the corner. Like it's going to be here. I'm going to blink and it's going to be here. And I hope I'm ready.
We have a class in between.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be
Totally
got
good.
this knocked out.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
Is there one I need to read? Kevin, Kiki. Hey, Kiki's here. He says, Kiki is happy chilling in his backyard, keeping Coors in business, thinking of running naked down the lane to Bandimere Speedway. Now that I would pay to see.
Yep. Yeah. Mile High Nationals is this
Kiki Nationals.
the last one ever.
Tom L says that the mic is barely picking up Chris for some reason. So let's just there we go.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Okay, don't.
Maybe I should talk lower.
No, you shouldn't. Somebody was like, maybe you should put the microphone right in front of Chris. I'm like,
Okay,
it is
let's
right
try
in
that.
front
Yeah,
of Chris.
Let's see. Yeah.
And then you know what they said after that? They're like, oh, but I don't want to not hear you, Matt. Don't worry, you'll hear me. So so Chris, let's talk about the $400 guitar building challenge, and I'm going to get another beer here in a moment.
Okay.
So what we're tomorrow we're doing a pre-reveal. What?
Yeah, we're going to show off kind of what we're going to show off what we're doing.
Where we are up
where
to this
we
point.
are up to this point. Yeah,
Okay.
we both have end in sight.
Now it's important to know that you and I not only are not judging this contest,
Correct.
we're making guitars, but they're not entered into the contest.
No, they're not. They're just for show.
Yeah.
The pro category I think is you and me.
There's a handful of other people who said they want to do it, but I don't.
Okay,
we'll see if they show up.
If they show up, they show up. There's no prize money for the pro.
There's
contest.
no reason
You'd
to
be
do
a
it.
fool to enter the prize. The pro category.
Yeah.
I think the only reason for us to have a pro category is to do exactly what we're doing, which is the whole idea is come up with some new ideas, maybe build some things that you've wanted to try.
Yep.
Push yourself with abilities or techniques.
Yeah, trying new stuff and kind of getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely getting out of your comfort zone. Because if you build the same thing over and over and over again, you're never going to progress past that.
So when did we start this whole idea? Do you even? I'm gonna go get another. You need one? Oh, sure. I'm gonna sit right here.
Gonna sit right there.
Yeah.
I don't remember when we started. So we it's probably been 8 months. I think it was
easily
at the end of last year that we decided that we were going to do this.
Yeah.
Because I know for a long time I said, I got
tons of time.
Yeah. And
Thank
all
you.
of a sudden it snuck up on me, which I knew it would. Because I know we knew we wanted to do another Great American Guitar build off. But I think the $400 thing came up a little late. I didn't even know about it till you sprung it on us. I mean, you didn't tell me that was going to be one of the rules this year. Until you did it.
What's that?
The $400.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so which I liked because I've done them before. And I think it's in some ways it's an equalizer, and in another way it's it just makes people look at guitars a little bit differently, which I really, really like. Because guitars can be, they don't have to. It doesn't have to be the best hardware, the best this and that. Some stuff is, run of the mill hardware, but really well thought out. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
All right, so we've got over 20 people have signed up. That means that the prize money for the winner is going to be over $2,000. Because
$25.
that's right, because Candle sent $125, and she said, hey, why don't you guys take this $25 and go get beers or something?
Yeah. And frankly, we were offended.
Wait,
No,
what?
We weren't.
Okay, I wasn't. No, but what I said from the beginning was every cent that comes in, I'm giving away as prize money. Yep. So the prize is going to be whatever $1,025.
Yep.
So
unless somebody else chips in 125, and then we
hint,
got $50. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You could also just send in $25. You send in $10, $5.
You know what else? Yeah. We've got some people have sent in some prizes. And let's talk about those tomorrow. The pickups that came in as prizes, those cool things. So even if you don't come in first and win the money, it is possible for you to win a prize.
It is.
That's cool too.
Yeah. And I mean, everybody should hope to win. Everybody should play to win. But if you don't win, it's still going to be fun.
Now, here's the thing. When we first started doing this guitar building thing, one of the things was you had to sell the guitar and donate the money to charity.
Oh, the first one that we did?
Yeah, which is fine. But those were somebody else's rules, not our rules.
Not our rules. This is not the one that we came up with.
So this one, if you win, you don't have to sell your guitar and give the money away. You if you want to do that, you can.
You can.
But so no matter what, win, lose, or draw, come in last, you get to keep your guitar.
Yep.
You don't have to sell your guitar to somebody else.
So, correct.
Yeah. Are we going to have a Tyro Award this year? Did we do that last year?
No.
Okay. Are we doing that this year?
What is it?
That's for whoever comes in last. But it's basically for someone who's never done this before.
Oh, okay.
But you want to give them up. You want to give.
Okay. Yeah. No, we didn't do that.
Do you?
We didn't. I don't know that we shared. I think we shared the top 3, and that was it.
Do you want to do a prize for the last place finisher?
Lantern Rouge.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. It's the red light.
Okay.
I mean, I'm fine with anything.
I don't know what the prize would be.
The bummer part of that is nobody wants to come in last.
Unless the prize is good enough that,
Well, then tank the competition because you want, I half-ass buffed my guitar because I was hoping to come in last.
What if
the nut is filed wrong?
I'm not saying that we should do this, but what if we gave away a workshop to whoever comes in last?
That and a you ain't shit sticker.
You ain't shit sticker. Yeah. Do we have any more you ain't shit stickers?
We do. Yeah. We have several.
Okay. So all right. So the winner is going to get.
That sounds rough.
Yeah. How about?
Yeah. Hey,
how about?
Way to suck. Yeah.
I need lessons. Oh, the person. Yeah. Okay. So all right. So let's talk about what you do get.
Okay.
For $100, that's your entry fee. Mm-hmm. You get $100 worth of templates from Steve at Maximum Guitar Works. Mm-hmm. You get a 40% off coupon from Dylan at Dylan Pickups. Mm-hmm. You get to hang out with us at Odyssey Beer Works, the great American beer works. You get to have your guitar be on display. Judging will start at around 3-4 o'clock on Saturday the 5th, and it'll go as long as it has to.
Mm-hmm. If there's 20 guitars, that's going to take a minute.
Yeah. Jimmy's going to be there. Mike Learn's going to be there. I think Anthony is going to be there. Brian Duncan's going to be there. I don't even know who else is going to be judging, but we reserve the right to throw in as many guest judges as we want.
If we get all 4 of them, that'd be awesome. If we get one more guy, that would be cool too.
That'd be good too. Okay. Yeah. We've got some pickups that we're donating. We're going to tell you about those tomorrow, but we got pickups to donate for prizes. And just announced this just in, Texas Toast Guitars will be giving away a complimentary workshop of our choosing. Not you get to pick what day you want to come, but for 2024,
what date?
Yeah, you get to pick which one you want to go to.
Not just day.
Yeah.
You get to come for one day of a 5-day
No,
class.
you get to come for the whole 5-day class. You get to pick which one you go to. But I think I want to say it's the woodworking workshop.
Okay.
Not the Fender one. I want it to be the woodworking workshop.
Presumably, if you enter a guitar, you can do.
Yeah. So the last place will win a complimentary workshop from Texas Toast Guitars. Just
Okay.
in. This just in.
Okay.
So you could win one of those for, and if you come in dead last for, you get a workshop for $100. That's
Somebody's going to take the competition.
I hope
They're gonna
so.
Show up with like a chunk of wood and a string.
Okay.
I don't know how I lost.
Dan says that we should do the online class as a prize. That's not a bad idea. Maybe. Okay. Tell you what.
Yeah, we could do that too.
Tell you what. Why don't we give away an online class to the guy who comes in second to last? How about that?
Man.
I don't think it's going to be a big loser. I mean, if they're bringing them here,
Yeah.
they're going to have a nice
Yeah.
car. I don't think it's like a big shame.
Yeah. We're not going to shame you if you come in, because it could be. The guy who won last year won by 1 point.
He did.
We had to count him up again. I'm like, that's
He
really
almost
close.
lost because one of the judges didn't fill out a sheet on him.
Mhm.
I went back and I said, I think you forgot this guitar. He's like, oh, I played it. I just
Yep.
didn't fill it out.
Yep.
So we filled it out, and then all of a sudden,
Yep.
Sean won.
He won by 1
Yeah.
point.
Yep. And we went, oh, well, that was the great tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. And everybody after him was like, it was close,
They were all really
close.
That's the bummer part of this is the difference between 11th and 8th is a point here or there.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of ties
The
in there.
Yep.
Because really, I think
Kind of in the middle of the
end we
pack.
had,
yeah.
like 1 through 7.
Yeah.
It wasn't 1 through 11. There wasn't 11 separate numbers at the end. So
Brian Duncan says, makes me want to build a POS guitar for. Well, Brian, you know what? Take some
Never
strings
too
and
late.
nail them to a
Yeah.
2x4 and
there
give
you
me
go.
$100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to play. Well,
It has to make noise.
does it?
Yeah, you said it has to be playable.
I don't. I said that the guitars would be played. So, but yeah, if people are vying for last place. Yeah,
that's a fun way to go about it.
Mhm.
And then we'll just sort of let the judges know that one make that one like in the middle of the pack.
you can
Whatever.
you can do the 2x4s with strings nailed to it and a pickup and. But if Mike Learn's going to be there, Mike could go. That's cool. Let's put that. I mean, because Mike's into like that, like barnwood and stuff. So
I'm
yeah,
gonna sink a 4x4 in concrete this week, and then build it around that. And I'm gonna carry in this concrete bucket with a guitar
with a
sort of
guitar neck
4x4
thing on
in
it. Hey, if you
Set
do
it
that though,
down.
do a set neck.
Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. A set neck. The
Yeah.
whole thing's a set
The
neck.
whole thing's a set neck. Okay, Jerry F sent $1.99. Thank you, Jerry. Okay, so all right. So what else though? There was something else about this. Oh, let's say there's a tie
At the bottom.
or at the top.
Okay.
Let's say there's a tie.
I know where you're going with this.
What do we do with that, Chris?
I believe there's going to be a crowd favorite component. to this.
Crowd favorite. So
Mhm.
every guitar will have a number, and
Uh-huh.
everybody who goes to Odyssey Beer Works, the great American Beer Works, on the 5th, whether you enter the contest or not, will be given a little thing that says, like, here's the guitar I think should win.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
And you put it in there.
Mhm.
And so if there's a tie, we will decide on crowd
People's
favorite.
choice.
People's Choice Award.
Mhm.
So yeah,
And if not, counts for nothing.
that's just the way. I mean, frankly,
Yeah.
well, we can have the People's Choice winner, but there's no money.
We could. Yeah. Uh-huh.
We could put a tip jar for the People's Choice Award.
We
If
could.
you want this to go to your so the People's Choice Award could be a tip victory.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And
Yeah.
you can put in, you could write, how about this? You get a sheet with your name on it, or you get to fill out a thing. If you want to put dollar bills in there with what above and beyond that, you can. How about that?
Okay.
I don't know. This is
Sure.
getting, no one's gonna put that, but you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. All right. So are you excited for the $400 guitar building
I am.
contest,
Yeah, I'm
Chris?
looking forward to, honestly, to finishing mine.
Mhm.
Because it's fun to do, but it's
Did you get like the dates like came out of nowhere? I mean, I'm like, oh crap, that's like,
I thought it was more, all of a sudden, because we do classes usually at the end of the month.
mhm.
and then all of a sudden in August,
Yeah.
it's the beginning of the month. Oh, and by the way, we also decided to do the $400 guitar challenge the weekend before the early class. So I keep thinking that the August class is at the end of the month. And really,
But
at
it
this
ain't.
point, 2 weeks is a big difference
It's pretty huge.
for me.
Yeah.
To where I am on my guitar, it's a big deal.
It's a big
I could
deal.
sure use an extra 2 weeks. And not to mention we have this month's class in between. So
Yeah.
I'll be working on the weekend, finishing up my guitar. Or I will take last place.
Well, last place.
Except I'm not in of the pro build.
Yeah. Okay.
First and second. First and worst.
Let's see. I'm looking here. Michael Davis says, I use cherry that came from my property, Ping Hardware, and a Fleor pickup and a $58 neck from Amazon when I built my son's first electric. Was less than $400 in supplies. Does it count?
Yep.
Fine by me.
Yep, enter it. Yeah. Just because, if you've built something in the past that you think would work, by all means, do it.
If you have $100 and a guitar that costs less than $400 worth of parts and supplies, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was the thing that like we never went out of our way to say that if you have entered this guitar in another contest, it doesn't count. Or if you built this
a year ago or
a year ago, it doesn't count. Yeah,
you don't
so
have to build a guitar specific for this contest.
Hell, you could go to the pawn shop and buy a $399 guitar and enter it. If you have $100, yeah, go crazy.
Yep.
So
yeah, really. I mean, I just want to make the scene, but I also want to give $100. Yeah. Is there such a thing as I guess $400 pawn shop guitar? Yeah.
It could be. Yeah, I mean,
music go round, 400.
Whatever.
Maybe
yeah,
that'd be a fun thing. Go to Music Go Round or your local used guitar emporium and set your limit on $400.
Yeah.
Best guitar for $400.
Yep.
Or best guitar for plus a few add-ons for $400.
Yep.
Gold strap buttons.
Yeah. Now, what's the X factor on that though? I don't think you're going to win if you do
plus.
that, but
no, you're not going to. But it would be really funny to see that.
Yeah.
And leave the hang tag on it. Prove to everybody. $400.
Yeah.
Can you believe I got this?
I cannot believe it.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So we've got a few more minutes here. One of the things I also wanted to talk about was, it's not timely or anything, but somebody asked me if we could do a fabric top Eddie Van Halen style guitar. And I thought there ought to be Eddie Van Halen license, red, white, and black stripedy fabric.
Is there?
I think there is actually.
Yeah, I would imagine there would be.
So I thought about it and I'm like, well, is it cool to do any of that Eddie Van Halen stuff? Or I mean, is that so exclusive to, because you look at that guitar and everybody knows what that guitar is. It's not like it's a pink guitar or a blue guitar. It's very, very definitely his thing. Is it cool to do Eddie Van Halen stripes on your guitar?
I think so.
Okay.
If you're into him and you're into that, sure. Why not?
Okay. Is it cool to?
It's a tribute.
What about if you're going to sell it? Is that cool?
Well, I think a lot. Yeah. I mean, it's not as cool as if it's something that you think you're going to keep forever. Sometimes, you put something together and then you decide to sell it later too.
I guess that's true.
I don't think anybody's going to think of your fabric topped Eddie Van Halen looking guitar as the real deal. I have more of a problem with people building, as close to possible Frankenstrat ripoffs.
Yeah.
Than some sort of loving tribute with some stripes on it.
K Guitar Works says, I think Phil McKnight did that video. I'm not sure what that means. Dylan says, can I enter 4 Harley Bentons? Yes, you can. Hey, Dylan should be a judge too.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, why?
He's gonna be here.
Yeah, and he's gonna be here. So yeah.
You don't think he has too much skin in the game?
Oh, because he gave away the pickup thing. Yeah, Dylan probably shouldn't.
Maybe.
Dylan, I'm sorry, but I think you should probably just sit around and drink with us.
It's more fun, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Talking to people about their guitars. Although this year I do want to play some of them. Last year I didn't do a very good job of that. I think I do want to, sit down and play a couple of them.
EVH copied Chip Kinman anyway. Use Chip Kinman. I don't know. Huh?
It's like a story, but people think that he did.
Oh, okay. All right. Shopped for the $400 guitar is what K Guitar Works says. Okay, yeah, we're not talking about shopping for a $400 guitar. We're talking about entering a $400 guitar in a contest specifically designed for a $400 ceiling.
Correct.
Yeah, and So anyway, well, all right. So Chris, this was a really fun live stream. I think. Did you have a good time?
I did.
Okay, cool.
The best.
All right. We will be back tomorrow for a pretty quick reveal, a pre-reveal, because this is going to be a reveal right before we do the actual reveal, right?
Yes.
So, because the guitars aren't finished,
no,
we're just going to show off kind of where we are. A little taste.
Little taste of what's to come.
Uh-huh.
And frankly, I don't want to give away that much.
How are we going to do that?
A little bit of a letdown. I might change my mind. I might make up some bullshit.
You might have been saying this might have been something you've been planning this whole time.
Maybe it's not, but
okay.
Yeah, I mean it's I think we should talk a little bit about the ideas behind what we're building and stuff like that.
All right,
and that'll be fun because that'll let people that aren't going to necessarily be at the unveiling.
Yeah,
we'll probably do. I don't know what we'll do. We'll probably do a reveal maybe the Friday before the contest.
I think that's a good idea too. Yeah. Doug Santaniello says Dylan knows which pickups sound good. See, he does know, so we probably can't have him as a judge, right?
Yeah.
Michael Davis says I get customers all the time who want them. I think he's talking about the Eddie Van Halen stripes. He won't sell one though because of the trademark. He will sell a black nitro super strap with a couple of rolls of tape and a stack of printed instructions. I think that's cool too. Jay Boogie 164 says, I think paying homage is cool. I built a Frankenstrat replica, but did the paint scheme backwards, red, white, and black. Then I used Wizard profile warm-up neck and a Godot trim. It plays great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Grudgemeyer says someone put motor oil in Chris's beer glass. Oh no, oil, yeah. That's the good stuff.
Yeah. It was bone broth.
Oh, okay. TV party tonight says, actually YT party tonight. Chip Kinman was the Dills, LA punk band. Van Halen guys used to go out and see all the LA punk. Oh, okay. That's cool. I did not know that. I did meet a guy though, who claimed to be the drummer for the band that did Smoke Two Joints. And I'm like, you were in the Toys. And I'm like, this guy was not in the Toys, but maybe he was. Cause it was at you know where it was? It was at what's Farty Marty's bar in Old Town Nevada? The 12 Volt. Oh. And this guy was like 35. So I'm like, no, you weren't in that band. Yeah. So anyhow.
35.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Maybe he looked really, really young for his age. I don't know. Anyhow. All right, gang. Well, that's kind of going to wrap us up for today. Thanks for hanging out with us, and go over to Dylan's channel and check out his YouTube live stream, taking us home for our final hour of 3 hours of live guitar stuff. Thanks for checking out Stuart McDonald. Thanks for hanging out with us. And we will see you tomorrow for a kind of a pre-reveal reveal. Yep. All right, everybody. Have a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.